No one, and I mean no one, has a better nose for news than Toronto Sun columnist Joel Warmington. And I don't say that because just he and I are pals. The proof is in the production. He is also great at uncovering the weird and wonderful that often lie under our very noses. The school calendar put up for elementary kids by the Toronto District School Board is one of those stories. Today, by the way, is International Day of Democracy. Happy Democracy Day, Joe, and thanks for joining us.
And freedom, because we can talk about this here.
That's right. It's very true. So what did you find out from is this calendar right across the board?
They haven't answered. They haven't got back to us. The investigation is underway, but it was in this 6-year-olds. And don't forget International Sex Trade Worker Day, December 17th. Is that right? We checked the calendar. You check your kid's calendar to see.
Yeah, we'll have to check the calendar to find out if it's Sex Workers Day or not. But it's coming up.
6-year-olds, ask them to find out for you when the Transgender Day is.
Okay. Okay. We got here in the Monitor October 17th, Week Without Violence. February 27th, Clean Monday. March 25th, International Day of Remembrance of Victims of Slavery. The 28th, International Day of Mourning. I don't know what we're mourning about.
Maybe you could get them to go down and deal with the bank manager on the mortgage, and the interest payments. I mean, a 6-year-old have all this in their book. I mean, don't they have enough problems?
The only thing I remember from my days back in elementary and secondary school, but the only thing that was on the calendar besides the statutory holidays and the Christian holidays, I guess, too, which are statutory, most of them, is Sadie Hawkins Day.
Right.
When the girl asked you out for the dance and you went home with your tail between your legs because no one asked you.
Well, and you covered the Titanic as well back then, right? I mean, this is times have changed now. We're into, what's the other one? What's the other day? Genital Mutilation Day. They didn't have that when you were a kid?
They never had that.
Well, you've got to be more modern. This is
genital mutilation back in my day was called something your mother told you not to do. Otherwise, you go blind. But other than that, I don't know what this is all about.
And we're trying to not overdo it, and we're not making light of this. I mean, this is what was in this kid's book, and nobody seems to think this is a big issue. And obviously, the voters do in Ontario here and across the country. There's a lot of people that don't like the idea that they're introducing this kind of stuff to 6-year-olds. And
no, and it is troublesome because you look at the holidays that are traditional. Christmas, they have little brackets beside it. Instead of saying just Christmas, it says, check your Gregorian calendar.
Yeah. I have a Gregorian calendar in my car. I'm going to go check that.
So when is Christmas?
But I'll tell you, around these schools, if you say Merry Christmas, they'll tell you to say Happy Holidays. Or if you say a Christmas tree, they say Happy, holiday tree. And yet they can have in about a Wiccan holiday or a pagan holiday.
That's in the calendar too, the Wiccan one, is it not?
Yeah, so I don't know about Wiccan religion, and I don't want to offend anybody, and we don't want to offend all the other religions either.
Well, maybe that's why.
What about Gregorian Christmas? I never heard of that before. But again, I'll consult a 6-year-old to see what's in their calendar, and they'll let us know.
Well, at Christmas time, when someone asks me, says Happy Holidays to me, I say, what holiday?
Yeah.
Well, Christmas.
You didn't know it was a Gregorian holiday, did you?
I didn't know that.
What's a Gregorian?
It's a period of time, I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm not. It's the guy to be at the first calendars or the second calendars. It's not on the Mayan calendar.
Oh yeah, the Mayan calendar. When's the Leafs home opener? I mean, that's the kind of thing that should be on there.
That should be on the kids' formula. But you're right. I mean,
Lady Gaga concert.
The school board is backing away from you now?
Well, you know what? I don't know what they're doing because they haven't called back. But these days of significance that they have on their own, website next to the rainbow, talking about Pride Parade. Again, a lot of people enjoy the Pride Parade, but is it this kind of thing that should be a day of significance for someone in grade 1?
Yeah.
And I think it's good to have the discussion. And, obviously they don't seem to be coming out and talking about it publicly. So, if it was a one-off or an accident or, these things happen, they should say that. But if it's something, and I believe to be an agenda from behind the scenes, we're in the middle of a vicious election campaign here. You had a candidate on the show already. And, these are the kinds of things that there's people trying to sneak through to get this vernacular into the vocabulary.
Well, what they're trying to do,
children.
They're trying to stop children from having fun being children.
I think it's more than that. I think it's more than that. I think that that's what the father that I interviewed feels. But I think it's also trying to normalize these things. And again, we should have tolerance. Everyone knows that. But let the parents have a say. and when they teach these types of issues to their 6-year-old. That's how I feel about
Well,
it.
I met your dad. Now, what would your dad have said if you had brought home in grade 6 or grade 4 this calendar and said, "Hey, Dad, look, can I have tomorrow off because it's Genital Mutilation Day?"
You know what?
If you wanted to skip school, go right ahead, Joe.
My dad would have had a discussion with the teacher, and so would my mom, and so would this dad and mom that I wrote about. I mean, it's not appropriate, and they should just apologize. But these big organizations that take all this tax money.
Well, there's ads on that page too.
Yeah.
I mean, those ads are there because they're sponsoring this. I think you're right. I think Gay Pride was one of the ads on there. What was the other? You remember what the other ad? There was another ad from some other left-wing sort of organization that had posted this on there. So there's a
Pink Day on there?
A Pink Day. What is Pink Day?
I don't know, but if
the singer Pink?
Maybe it is. Get the 6-year-olds to tell us. I mean, it's in their book.
It's right. There was Pink Day.
Yeah.
Silence Day is my favorite, though. It really is. Except it's on a Friday. Thank God it's not on a Thursday. But yeah, I looked at that. I saw Pink Day as well. And I thought of the singer Pink. Then I thought, no, it's not that. It's Pink and is
Lefty Pink.
Is Lefty Pink?
Yeah,
I think so.
I think it is too. I would have wore the pink shirt, but I mean.
Every time you turn around, there's these things happening. There's different. There's the calendars. There's the stuff they bring home from school. There's the sex education they're trying to put in there. And I mean, I heard on Talk Radio, I think Jerry Agar was talking about the other day on a show with I believe Adler about teaching kids by grade 7 what oral sex is.
Well, Adler's been strong on this as well. And, the reality is that our job is to show what they're doing and what they did do. And they are doing these kinds of things. In fact, Sun Media, as well as the Sun News Network, is working on stories right now how the Liberals here in Ontario are trying to reintroduce this kind of stuff that they did a year or two ago that they dropped off on. And that is introducing things like, I don't want to say it on your show, but, homosexual kind of sex introduced to children. And I understand that that's part of the world, but there comes a time, what age do you introduce this out?
I don't know.
What do the parents have?
Kids are growing up growing up faster now. I don't know, but grade 7 is too early in my book to be teaching about oral sex.
You see how we dance around it, though? We're dancing around it because they've got the system set up that they'll call us homophobic or even worse, no matter what we say.
Yeah,
and yet we look at it like we're trying to say, let these kids be 6 years old.
You know why? Because they got us by the balls. Thank you, Joe Warmington, for joining us.
Freedom and Democracy.
Freedom and Democracy Day. Thanks very much. I appreciate it.